Ilia Topuria seems to be vacating his 145-pound belt. That's not correct. His coach came out today on Submission Radio, and I think some things were lost in translation in the interview with Submission Radio down there in Australia. The coach speaks Spanish. Ilia Topuria coming out, addressing what is really going on. He will not be vacating. He will be staying at 145. He still has business to be done. Ilia Topuria says, I will not leave the title vacant. The decision to move up to the next category is entirely mine. I haven't had any conversation with the UFC yet, so everything is still to be decided. Stop celebrating because I'm not going anywhere. I've conquered my division, and I will do the same in the next one. Great stuff from Ilia. Let's take a listen to the confusion here.
I think he hates that weight, He do it a lot of times, and it's very harder every time we do it. He don't want to do this anymore, and that's why I want to go up to the next weight class. His normal way is in that weight class. In him, Ilia fighting 61, and he's young, and your body is changing. When you have 20, you have a body. When you have 25, you have another. And when you are 30, you have another, Sometimes I see Ilia in 85 kilos, and he needs to be 66. We do very big.
So, his coach is saying he walks around outside of fight camp, 187 pounds, 85 kilograms. That's pretty wild. That's huge for 145. We thought Aljo a couple of years ago talking about being 180, 175 pounds was a lot. And Ilia Topuria is walking around even bigger than that at featherweight. That's pretty crazy. I think a lot was lost in translation here. Obviously, an English guy from Australia speaking English to a Spanish speaker. I think a lot of what was lost there in translation, but I think very soon, maybe he means we will see Ilia Topuria. He's not moving out now. Ilia Topuria obviously came out and addressed everything and put everything right. But his coach also went on in that interview, which we'll touch on a little bit, believe he will not only not defend the belt anymore. We know that's not true. He's going to move up and he wants to fight Charles, Dustin. He's adding that Ilia is targeting a return in May against Charles. Okay, he's going to return sometime this year, defend his belt maybe 1-2 more times, and then move on. And that's what it seems like Ilia is saying. He's going to move up. He's a big guy. He's getting older. Weight cut's not as easy. Obviously, that's the truth. His coach, just lost in translation there. It's okay. But his coach does think that he matches up well against Dustin Poirier. I think Ilia is prepared to fight with everybody who wants to fight in May. I think Ilia can knock him down or finish him. Regarding Dustin Poirier and how their boxing matches up, Ilia Topuria has very crisp, clean boxing. Dustin Poirier known for being a good boxer as well. That'd be a fun matchup. But Diego Lopez had some things to say regarding the rest of the featherweight division and what Ilia Topuria has in store coming right around the corner.
Prendeu a todos no que deu Ilia, não? Que queria subir a 155, que a lo mejor já houveram visto a última pelea em 145. Si realmente es así, pues bueno, yo ya levanté la mano, ¿no? Pues para una pelea con Volkanovski. Ya de ahí cabe o UFC decidir que va a ser, ¿no? Dos peleas para él interesante en la división, ¿no? Pues bueno, está la revancha contra Volk. Estaría una pelea conmigo, estaría una pelea con Movistar. Yo creo que tiene pues tres buenas peleas en la división antes de subir a 155, ¿no? Y dejar el título. Pero si realmente es su decisión que va a tomar, pues ya sabe, ¿no? Que o UFC toma la decisión a ver qué va a hacer con el título, si realmente lo va a dejar vagante o no. Nosotros estaremos listos pues para la decisión.
All right, so Diego Lopez puts it perfectly. This guy's a star in the cage and outside the cage. He can't go wrong. Nearly ever, never says a bad word. This was all perfect here. You've got three options right now, Ilia. There's three more guys, and if one of them gets eliminated in a fight, either it's me or Volk, Diego's saying, then it's going to be Mobsart and me or whoever is going to win that one. That's pretty good stuff from Diego. I can't really say anything more than that. Ilia's still got options. That's the thing. He's got a couple more fights, and if he takes out 2 or 3 of these guys that are seen here below, then there's no question. Yes, he can go ahead and move up if the weight cut's getting tough for him, but he's got one more year at featherweight, and that's really just going to be a fact of the matter. Now, who do we want to see Ilia fight at lightweight, Dustin Charles is what he's looking for. but he's still got a couple of fights. And if he can take out all these guys, a Dustin, a Charles at lightweight, Islam at lightweight, a Volk, a Diego, a Mubsar, this dude starts to get into that like legitimate GOAT status. He's only got 15 or 16 fights in his entire career. Ilia Topuria is one of the best fighters, one of the most dangerous fighters out there, and this would be fun, all action. Every single one of these fights is going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. But Ilia Topuria, people were saying he was going to vacate. It's kind of lost in translation, but ultimately he sets the record straight. He will not be vacating the 145 belt. He will be making the weight cut at least a couple of more times heading into 2025. So let me know what you guys think about all this story. This is where the media and the whole taking everything and being the first one to the story and being the first one to get the scoop, get the first information out there, doesn't always work out in your favor. So, lesson learned from the media, please. Let's get these translations sorted out before we start putting out all this information. Again, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.